At the time when I wrote the book, my oldest daughter was in 6th grade, and she, I think watching her transition from being a girl into being a young woman, with all the physical and emotional changes that encompasses, really made me, for the first time, look back on that time in my life, because that was a very, very difficult time for my family, and I was sexually assaulted. And I didn't talk about it because my family was pretty much a mess. And I didn't talk about my assault for 25 years. And so I think for me, now the book is not what happened to me. I borrowed from my emotional experience of not talking about it. So a lot of the feelings that she has are things that I felt, but it definitely became its own story. That's Melinda's story, not Laurie's. So I think the biggest part of that inspiration, though, was me needing to think about some stuff that had hurt me for a long time, and also me wanting to be a good mom to my daughter, trying to figure out how can I be the mom of a young teenager, which is pretty scary. As soon as the book came out 15 years ago, I started to hear from survivors of sexual assault, which can be boys and girls, men and women, and there's way too many of us. This is something that I want to change in our world, and people would write to me or talk to me when I went to their book events, and often in tears, because they never told anybody. It was a secret they were holding on to, and they felt so alone. So I needed to find a healthy resource that I could direct them to, because I'm not qualified, really, So RAINN, RAINN.org, is a national organization that works with local domestic and sexual violence centers. They have an anonymous phone-in line and an anonymous online chat for anybody, even if you haven't been sexually assaulted, but let's say you have a friend and you're trying to figure out how to support your friend or your family member, you can talk to them completely anonymous and they'll give you great advice. Their website also has a lot of great resources for schools and families about statistics, what to do if somebody has been hurt this way, how to help. It's just one of the most positive, constructive, uplifting places in the world.